Hello everyone, and welcome to the July 2018 episode of dizzyknits. I hope you guys are having a good summer. I'm filming in a different location today. This is actually our music studio and also where I do my voice acting. But it was nice and quiet, and I just thought it would be a good place to talk about some crafty goodness. I'm wearing very little makeup today and didn't really fix my hair because it's like 88 degrees today, and in Washington that's very hot. We've had a very warm summer, and I know a lot of people are having the same experience. But yeah, I'm kind of done. I want fall. So I do have a couple finished objects for you guys. I have some things I'm working on, and I also have a review of a pattern that I kind of feel bad talking about, but I have to share because it was not the best experience, and I wanted to warn you guys. So first of all, let's start with some finished objects. I'm gonna do this first to get it over with because I'm not gonna wear it for long. So this is my Hetty sweater. It's my second one. I made one during the Andy Satterlund outfit along. This one is a brown one. This is in Cascade 220 in the colorway Cordovan, which is this beautiful warm brown. My buttons are kind of placeholder buttons. I got at Hobby Lobby and I didn't get enough of them. But I can't wear this for a couple months anyway, so I'm going to just try to get better buttons. I also put some grosgrain ribbon on the back to sew the buttons to. My first Hetty sweater was pink. This one is, as I said, obviously brown, and it is a nice fit. Cropped length, so it fits me in a really nice way. I know that it's a little close, but you guys, there we go. So that is the Hetty sweater. I really wish that it was cool enough to wear it because I really love it. I think it's going to be so nice during the fall. The sleeves are just a little shorter than my wrist, almost a bracelet length, so that I can indeed wear bracelets with it. Not that I do that very often, but I want the option, and I think it came out really lovely. So the Cascade 220 I got from Little Knits, and it was a pretty good deal. That's a really good place to check for Cascade 220, and this is the superwash one. So then I also finished a pair of socks. These socks took me like, I think 2 months to do. But these are the socks. There we go. They have fun. They're on sock blockers, but not blocked. There we go. It's just a vanilla sock with a fish lips kiss heel. These are Regia, I think Volcano is the name of the line, and I think the color was 106, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, they were just really fun. I love that they have this sort of black stripe, a dark gray with some little speckles, a black and white sort of design stripe, and then some pink, some reds. Yeah, so I think the colorway is really cool, and I cannot wait to wear these when it gets cool enough to do so. Okay, so I also have pseudo-finished objects with a little bit of a story before I get into some knitting FOs. So I've always kind of wanted to learn to crochet too, but had tried over the years and had variable success. Usually that means not much success. But I have this book that I've had for 200 years, which is the 200 Crochet Blocks book by Jan Eaton. And this is just a lovely book. It has tons of patterns, 200 blocks to use to mix and match. But after spending a bit of time with my mother-in-law, who is a incredibly accomplished crocheter and sewer and just crafter in general, I got inspired to try again to make a crochet blanket. So I've been using the square target pattern, which is that one, and I have 3 blocks done. This is with Red Heart Super Soft. So this is my first block. They're a little wonky, they're not perfect, but you know what? This is a crochet item that is actually a finished item. It's not like my usual, I crochet a little and then I pull it out and get sad. So I'm pretty happy to have 3 of these blocks. Here's another one. And I'm really liking this color story. And then I have this one. And I know that this one doesn't really go as well with the others, but I think when you see them all together, what ties them in is that gray border. And so the plan is to just keep working in various sort of cool tone colors with pops of green and pink, and tie everything in with that soft gray border. So we shall see. This will probably take me like the rest of my life to finish, but one day there might be a blanket. So then I also, thinking of things that'll take me forever, I did get a little bit more work done on my Find Your Fade shawl. I haven't shown this in a little while, so I thought I would just show it. This thing is gigantic, and I still love it. I've just not been working on it as much because I had some other projects, and because it's so flippin' gigantic that it feels like a blanket when you're knitting it. And the idea of having like a wool blanket on in 90-degree heat has not been a very attractive prospect. But what I've done is, so just to go back through, this is some old stash yarn, and then this is Teeny Button Studios Bobaton. This is the Night Bus from Teeny Button Studios. This is Teeny Button Studios. This pink is Puffle of Puffskins. And then I have Goosey Fibers Priss right here, which was the whitish pink. And then I was going to fade into this, which is a color called Dark Magic, which is a lovely speckle. And no, it's Black Magic, and it's by Dye for Knitting. But I thought that that was too much of a contrast against that pink. So instead, I have started going back into that purple colorway Night Bus, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm getting ready to start the next section of that. So then once I've done Night Bus again, which I think I have enough, I'm not going to have much when I'm done. That's how much Night Bus I have left. Then I'm going to go and end the shawl with that. So that is what's going on. It's a little bit more progress since the last time you saw it. And again, this is one of those projects that I figured would take me a very long time when I started. And I just work on it a bit at a time. And I think when it's done, I will have this amazing blanket-like pastel shawl. It's giving me My Little Pony vibes, but in a really good way. So yeah, got that going. I have been working on a knit along, and it's not too late to join. It only started on July 23rd. It is the Poison Girls Beauty School knit along. You can find it at the Poison Girls Ravelry group. It is a top-down crew or mock turtleneck sweater that is a 1950s style in fingering weight yarn. The knit along runs to September, I think the 3rd or something of September. But it's really cool. So this is what I've got so far. I know this looks really tiny, but keep in mind it is on fingering weight yarn and it will stretch out. And that is what it looks like. So I'm almost through the body because it's quite a cropped sweater. This has been a very easy pattern to follow. Amy's patterns are very easy to follow, and you should come and visit. The two yarns that I'm striping, sadly, I do not know exactly where they've come from because they were both stash yarn. But it's this sort of bubblegum pink, and then this lovely sort of pink and lighter pink and almost white pink stripe. And I'm just doing, the stripes were 2 stripes of the multicolor and then 4 of the bubblegum. And then now that I've gotten past, it's like to the bust, I'm doing 4 stripes of the multicolor and 2 of the bubblegum. And hopefully I will have enough yarn to finish the sweater. It's going to have a cap sleeve, and I think that it should be fine. And I'm very much looking forward to wearing this when it's done. I have not loved knitting with fingering weight yarn on a sweater. I feel like it takes a long time. So I don't know if I'm gonna like run out and cast on another fingering weight sweater anytime soon after I finish this one, but I am very much looking forward to having it and wearing it because it will be a lighter weight piece. It's definitely like a product knit. I want it when it's done. I don't know if I necessarily have been loving the process of knitting it, even though the pattern is very well written and very easy to follow. It's just, it's a lot of in the round stockinette, 4 billion stitches at a time, you know, so there you go. And then finally, my last work in progress before I do my little fast sewing pattern review is I'm working on a sock, because I'm always working on a sock. I'm almost done with this one, actually. So I almost have like a half finished object. But this sock is kind of fun. So my husband and I are the last people in the world to try the reboot of Doctor Who. We both watched the Tom Baker version when we were like children, and it came on PBS. So we have decided to try it finally after being very resistant for very many years. And we got through the entire first season of the reboot, which is the 9th Doctor. Chris Eccleston, who I love so much. He was amazing. So good. And then now we are almost to the halfway point of the next season, which is the first season with the 10th Doctor, who is super adorable, and I can't remember his name right now. Oh my god. How do I not know that name? Anyway, so this is my sock. I cast it on while I was doing it, and oddly enough, along the way, I realized that it's basically the colors of the TARDIS. And I just kind of picked from my sock, like a collection at random and just started knitting. So it's kind of funny. This is another Fish Lips Kiss heel, another vanilla sock. I'm going to be doing a 3-2 rib at the top, which I'm working on. I'm almost done with. There's a contrast heel and toe. This is all Patton's Croy. So this blue, if you would like your own TARDIS colored Croy socks, you just need the Sing in the Blues stripe. That's what the other ball looks like. And you need 2 balls to make a pair of socks with this. And then this is the Croy sock in the dark gray charcoal colorway. And that's what I'm using as the contrast heels and toes. But here are my accidental TARDIS socks, which I'm calling my 9th Doctor socks. So there you go. I'm really, really enjoying the show, and I'm really enjoying that I'm going to have this groovy pair of socks when we're done with them. So yay. And then finally, my pattern review. So I have made several iterations of the Lady Skater dress. Absolutely love it. But I was thinking to myself, perhaps it's time to try to make a different style of knit dress, because you can't just keep sewing the same damn dress over and over. Well, obviously I can, because anytime I try to make anything else, I have major issues. So it's just gonna be a lifetime of Lady Skater dresses and the hacks that I can do with them, because that pattern actually fits me. And no other patterns seem to. So this is I bought the cake patterns Tiramisu. I'm just gonna show you the line drawing, which is right here. It's cute, right? It has this surplus neckline. It has like a waistband. This pattern has very strange sides. So let me start over. Okay, so the good things about this, the design is cute. I had a question about sizing and actually wrote to the Facebook group, a Facebook page for the cake patterns, and they got back to me in a very, very quick amount of time, and they had some good ideas on how to help me fix my problem. It ultimately did not fix my problem, but they were willing to help, and their customer service is flawless. I have nothing bad to say about that. Now here are my problems. First of all, the PDF pattern, when it printed out and taped together, it did not match up perfectly, and I have some tolerance for that because I know it's very difficult to make a PDF match absolutely ideally, but I printed out according to the print directions, and there was quite a lot of spaces where the PDF did not match well. And that has not been the experience I've had with any other pattern company's PDF patterns. So right there, that was disappointing. Cake Patterns has a system that, if it worked better, would be the best system for fitting a dress ever, but it did not work for me. So basically, you measure your high bust measurement, and then you measure your bust measurement. And you pick a size for the pattern based on your high bust measurement, and then what they say, cup size. Now, the first thing I did wrong was I thought cup size was like your cup size in a bra. So thankfully, after a little research, I realized that wasn't the case. So what you do is you pick a bust measurement based on A, B, C, or D cup size, which is actually just a separate set of measurements for around the bust of the dress. So the first one I did based on the instructions that I got from the Tiramisu Cake Patterns pattern, like how they told me to pick a size, and it was gigantic. It was very, 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 very big everywhere. So the second time I picked a measurement with some negative ease, and then I picked a bust measurement. And I picked the bust measurement based on my bust measurement minus like 2 inches because I wanted negative ease. And that fit better, but it still had huge extra flaps, like bat wing style flaps coming off the sides of my bust. And upon doing a bit more research, I discovered that that pattern is pretty notorious for having problems if you have a smaller bust. I've kind of given up on it. It was $9, hate wasting $9, and God knows how many pages to print it out. But after doing 2 test fits and having neither of them be even remotely close, I don't have the money to keep buying fabric to test fit this dress until I find what arbitrary mix of whatever size with whatever cup actually fits me. And I've sort of accepted that maybe none of them do. So I think that if you try, and a lot of people have tried the tiramisu pattern and have beautiful dresses out of it. But a lot of people have also talked a lot about problems they've had with it. For me, the problems were insurmountable. I'm not that good of a seamstress or a fitter to go through that much trouble for what should be a simple knit dress. So if you do try the Cake Patterns tiramisu dress, make sure that you have fabric to test fit with. I would not recommend just jumping in on this one. And that's it. I hope that you guys have had a good summer and are having a good week. And that was all the stuff I made this month. And I hope this was fun. It was fun for me. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.